bruh, I need a new nose piercing at this point. I think honestly that's what I'm about to do. I'm about to order some nose jewelry, but I'm also gonna be like, so Law and Order is on right now. So if my attention gets taken by the TV, I just want you to know what's on TV. So you know, like, what is she looking at? I'm looking at the best show that was ever produced. Maybe not. It is top 3, because right now I'm watching some, I think they're DC Comics. Yeah, DC Comics. So I'm kind of like watching them in sync, because there are like episodes where they do like what are these episodes called? They're just conjoining episodes where they like combine characters from a whole nother show, but they're all DC Comics. So I'm watching The Flash at the same. It's all on Netflix. So The Flash, The Arrow, and then the Legion something. The Legion of Heroes, I think. If I'm wrong, I'm gonna type it on the screen. I'm I'm probably wrong. I'm probably not saying that right, but I don't know. It's just something about the Arrow and the Flash, just all those DC comic shows, has me gravitating towards them. I don't know what it is. I mean, I kind of know, because I used to be really, really big on action movies. So I guess in a sense, I can see like why I really, really like these shows and cannot get off them. Like, y'all, I'm so dedicated to finishing the series. And like I said, I'm watching the shows at the same time. So like, I'll take a break and watch, currently watching Arrow, and I've been doing that probably for the last 2 weeks. But then I'll switch over to Flash, or the other show that they have that's like in sync. So yeah. If I turn my head, just know what's on TV and what's got my attention. I'm also going to be editing this footage as we speak, just so I can catch up, because it is 7:49. I did not expect to be out this late, even though it's not late. I just thought I'd be in my hotel room a little bit earlier, just so I can have time to kind of process through this footage, process through yesterday's footage, and get it uploaded. But since we are here, I want to talk about this trip, the highs and the lows, and the reality of how I got here today. Because what I don't want is for my viewers to see like, wow, like this is an awesome opportunity. Like, I don't want you guys to get envious. I don't want you to get jealous. I don't want anyone watching this to get jealous, because I want you to, of course, appreciate and acknowledge. I hope that didn't come off weird, but appreciate and acknowledge where I'm at. But in order for you to do that, you kind of need the whole story. Like, I don't want you to be envious when you don't have the whole story. I feel like, and the only reason I say this, I feel like most times when we see influencers, people on social media, Instagram, TikTok, we see these people. They're beautiful, they're handsome, they have awesome lives, according to what we see on camera. We don't know what's happening off camera, because there's been a couple of cases where you see this beautiful family, they're living an amazing life, and then you look on the news and he even slaughtered his wife, and maybe the baby too, or made the baby an orphan. So yeah, behind closed doors, it's another whole different kind of story. So yeah, I want to be very transparent as I can be. Of course, there are some things that I want to keep to myself, but I want to be as transparent as I can be. I don't want you guys thinking that it's something that is not. So yeah, this trip has been awesome, and it has been the highlight of this month. I think the second highlight of this month is cleaning up my finances and really purging down on debt. And it's funny that anytime I hear myself talk about finances, or just think about the fact that we are so infatuated with getting our finances in order and lowering our debt, it just the reality sets in, like, we are really miniature adults. And I say miniature because I don't really like have any bills, in a sense. Like, I have personal bills, so like insurance and of that sort, But yeah, other than that, that's my only major bill in a sense. Like anything else is a credit card, and I don't even consider that a major. Well, okay, that's a major bill in a sense, but I also don't consider it a major bill. Is because it's something that I acquired. Like, do I really need a credit card? No, there are other ways to build credit, but yeah, credit card, and then Apple Music charges, or just Apple charges in general. It could be for various things like storage and stuff, but yeah, I don't really have any bills right now. So that's why I say miniature adult. Like I don't feel like it's in full adult mode yet. Young womanhood, yes, but not full on adult until I move out. Real talk. So yeah, this is just a whole new reality for me, and I'm smiling, I'm cheesing so hard because today has been amazing. I tried to step out of my norm or my groove for just a little bit, because I tend to be, well, I'm not even gonna say very, and I'm really trying to watch what I say because words have power. Trust me, words have power. So hold your tongue and speak lightly of yourself or anybody. But I can be antisocial and socially awkward, like making little mistakes. Like someone holds the door for me and says, oh no, go ahead, and I'll just say something stupid, and it's just like it just comes out. Like I know what I want to say in my head, but it doesn't come out that way because I'm nervous. I don't even know this person. Why am I nervous? Like yeah, sometimes the brain isn't working. So yeah, I can either be socially awkward or just very introverted. And I know that with the career path that I'm leading towards, I'm gonna have to break out of it. I really am gonna have to break out of it, because networking is essential. Building relationships is essential in social work. So it's gonna be a journey. I'm gonna put this nose piercing back in, because actually, I don't know. No, I'm gonna put it back in. I've had it out this morning, so I know when I came back in the room and I had put this back in, if people were studying my face, I know they was like, what the heck? She didn't have that in this morning. No, I didn't. I did not. It fell on the ground yesterday, so I didn't want to put it like right back in my nose, because my skin is very, very, very sensitive, like very sensitive. So gotta be careful. And I've had only one time where the internet calls it a nose piercing bump, but it's actually a keloid. I've had one on my nose, just one time out of the span of having this piercing for what, 3 years now? Yeah, I either got it my sophomore year or my junior year, the beginning of my junior year, or late sophomore year, I don't remember. But yeah, so continuing, I definitely had to break out of my comfort zone today, and I honestly, I can't tell you whether or not I did a good job, but I'm hoping that the people that I talked to today, even the people I may have not talked to, like I hope that I left a good, how can I put this? I hope I left I hope I left a stain on their life. And I honestly couldn't like pick any other annotation or any other thing. So yeah, stain. I hope I made an impact, whether I talked to you or not, like you just saw me, hopefully, because you never know like how the connections that I make could come into play in the future. So yeah, really trying to step out of my comfort zone. And then we went out to eat. So the first time during lunch, it was at the hotel, and then the second time was this ramen noodle place. You guys, I love trying new things. There are probably like a couple of things I'm like, I don't want that. And you're not gonna make me eat it. You could just try it. No, I'm not a picky eater. Well, my dad might say I'm a picky eater, but I'm not a picky eater. Like, I've honestly become accustomed to trying new things, but there are some things that I will reject. But ramen noodles, bro, ramen bowls, they have my heart. So this place that we went to, I really, like, what I envisioned was a ramen bowl with steak and the boiled eggs. They only had pork, and I'm not a big fan of pork. I don't eat pork. And it's not just for like religious reasons, because if we're being honest, there are a lot of things that people do on a daily basis that would qualify as a sin. And not that the law is away with, because Jesus even said he did not come to do away with the law, but the one commandment, like the one commandment that trumps all commandments, is love. If you have love, if love fulfills the law. So yeah, we're not even gonna get into that, because that can be a real like, that can be a really controversial topic for some. And yeah, you know what, it's honestly a conversation for a whole nother video. But yeah, so yeah, me eating pork, it's more so for dietary reasons. I have not eaten pork in years, like bacon is the only exception. But honestly, most of the time it is honestly turkey bacon, or like turkey Canadian ham. Yeah, I don't think it's called ham, because ham is still pork, but it's hard to explain. But yeah, turkey bacon on the regular. And if I do eat bacon, it's once in a while, because you know, I do like bacon that's crunchy. Like, turkey bacon gets tiring, because it kind of tastes like you know what, I'm not gonna do that. But yeah, so I took the pork out of the bowl. I had spicy miso. Hope I'm saying that right. If I'm not saying it right, correct me, because I'm not even finna sit here and lie to y'all like I don't be botching words left to right. I probably will in this video. And if I don't, it may be the next video. But yeah, spicy miso, and it was really awesome. I didn't taste any spice. My nose was running, but I don't think I think it was just like the warmness of the soup. Yeah, and then it's soup, so yeah, I think that's what it was. I wish it was spicy though. I like spicy. I'm sorry guys, it's been a long day, but we're gonna push through, and I'm gonna get through this, because I really wanted to tell you guys this. So anyway, yeah, so kind of just to, I guess, sum it up, just to kind of get to the point so that I'm not like all over the place with this message. I wanted you guys to understand that even though you may see all these cool activities on this channel, I mean, Washington is not where it stops. After my cruise, I was just honestly on fire for traveling. Like, on fire. Like, I wanted to take on the whole world, and I am. I am. Ever since that day, even before that day, but ever since that day, I have been praying to God nonstop about traveling. Like, Lord, take me anywhere and everywhere. Like, please keep me safe, but take me anywhere and everywhere. Literally. Anywhere and everywhere. Brazil, Spain, Puerto Rico. Where else do I want to go? Barcelona. Wait, Spain is... Barcelona's in Spain. Disregard that. But yeah, I want to travel, and I want to travel bad. So to come here was honestly awesome. Like, I can check this off my list. That's honestly what I need to do. I didn't even think about that. I need to make a list of the places that I've been, because I'm so into traveling. But yeah, regardless of what you see, regardless of the beautiful, I want you to know that good things take time. They really take time. This has been such a blessing, such a blessing to encounter this opportunity, to be in this position. Like, so awesome. But I want you to understand that it took me a while to get here. I am 19, and I honestly don't want to emphasize anything about age, because age doesn't matter. Like, when you're on God's time, you're on God's time. Age does not matter, period, point blank. All you should be focused about is accomplishing his will. And his will looks like so many different things, so don't limit him. But again, age does not matter. Please don't put an emphasis on the age. I know you're like, wow, you're young. No, don't put an emphasis on the age. 2 years ago, or just even in high school, this is not what I imagine what my career would be like, or the path that I am going down. I wanted to be a lawyer, big time lawyer. I was honestly only in it for the cash because I felt like their living salary was livable, and I could have this cute high-rise apartment with a cute dog. You know, I was so I don't know, like, I was in La La Loopsy land, put it that way. So in La La Loopsy land. Just imagining this fantasy life of what my life would be like if I went down the lawyer path. So that is what I wanted to pursue, until I realized that being a lawyer it wasn't a passion. Like, I didn't have a passion for politics. I didn't have a passion for law. And when you do something, you're going to go to school for it. You're going to spend the rest of your life doing it, or a nice portion of your life doing it. You want to have a passion. You want to have a passion. Not a love, not a like. Well, yes, love. If it's a true, genuine love for something, then yes. But not a like, not a so-so, not a, oh, this job is okay. No. If you don't have a passion for what you're doing and you're just going, you're going to hate your job. You're going to be nasty like the people in fast food lines. They hate their job. Some of them hate their job. Some of them love their job. Like, they love where they are. And I love that for them. But for the people who repeatedly go into their job and then they hate their job, so they're nasty to other people, no, we don't like people like that. And that's not someone that you should want to become. So whatever you do, find your passion. All I know is law was not my passion. Not my passion. It was not my portion either. So I kind of get like mixed up with the logistics of it all, because I'm trying to figure out, like, was there another career in between the one where I'm at right now in law that I was going to choose to go down? Honestly, like, can't remember. Oh, business. But it's like business, I'm still on the path of business. Like, my major is going to be social work, but I'm still going to be acquiring like certifications for accounting and business and bookkeeping and all of that, and maybe taxes. We'll see. But yeah, it was business. So I enrolled into a small business certification at Heartland, and things were going okay. But I'm not gonna lie, my work ethic was kind of tainted by quarantine. So I got used to being online, but not being as active. When it was class time and we were supposed to meet online, I was sleeping in, I was procrastinating to do homework. Like, it was really, really horrible. So in the end, I was able to withdraw from the classes before I received any kind of grade. So, I mean, in a sense, that was a plus. But, yeah, I was stagnant from school. And after a little while of withdrawing from all my classes at Heartland, I quit my job. Around that time, my family, except my little brother, so my mother, my father, my sister, they had caught COVID. They were all positive. And they were, at first they were in their rooms, but then they decided for all of them to go in the basement. So it was just me and my little brother. So yeah, I was managing the household. Managing the household, like cleaning daily, making sure that there were no transfer of germs. I was grocery shopping, and I was taking care of my little brother for about a month, maybe even about a month and a half. I'm not gonna lie, because even after that, my mom she, in a sense, I guess she kind of healed faster than my dad. My dad actually, I guess, got the bad end of it, because he ended up having pneumonia in his lung. So yeah, he was not up to par for a while. But she kind of healed just slightly quicker, so she was able to kind of cater towards him. But I still had to watch my little brother. and to still kind of cater towards a household of that nature and that sorts, because she was still positive. So yeah, I just honestly decided to quit my job because I felt like the environment had got toxic. I didn't care for the people, because if I'm being honest, they didn't care for me. And when you're going to work, you want to go somewhere where you feel wanted, where you feel loved. Like my job now, it feels like family. It feels like a second family, a third family, because I kind of already have a second family. My best friend is my second family, her and her family. So yeah, they just feel like another family to me. And I wish that those were the two encounters that I had with my first two jobs. Well, my first job and my second job. But I can't say that I regret the experience, because the way that I was treated, the environment, and especially how fast-paced both those jobs were, they kind of helped me to learn to deal with stress in a sense. Sometimes it can be bad because in very traumatic situations where your body is put under a lot of stress, I don't react in a manner where I'm like, oh my gosh, like what do we do, or I'm panicking. No, I don't do that. And then you also have really, really horrible people who, under stressful conditions, they are mean. They're bossy, they're controlling, because they can't control the things around them, and they cannot even control themselves or what's going on. They want to control other people. I hate people like that. It happened at my first job at Potbelly, and it happened at, well, no, my boss, he was awesome. Like, I'm not even gonna hold y'all. My second job, Walmart, what was his name? Y'all, I can't even think about it. He was like, what was he? I think he was a manager. He was something of the sort. I just knew he was an authority figure that you could go to talk to about anything. Like, if you need to take time off of work for personal issues, family issues, whatever, he was the guy to go to. Like, your tire just popped this morning. He was the guy to go to. I mean, I had another manager, but I'm sorry. She was not the first person that I thought of, or the first person that came to mind. If I needed to have a conversation with somebody about my schedule or whatever, or just to have a conversation with in general, he was the person that I would go to. He was awesome. So if anything, I really feel like the employees there made it toxic, and honestly, I just felt like it was time to go. At the time that my family had caught COVID, I wanted to get paid leave. I honestly deserved paid leave, because if you're around people who are positive, you could be a carrier. I feel like I was, most likely. Well, I'm not gonna speak ahead of myself, because I don't like being sick. I don't usually get sick. I don't want to be sick, so I'm not gonna speak nothing into existence. But yeah, when you're around people who are positive, most of the time you would think that jobs, like, okay, they're like, okay, yeah, you don't need to be here, just honestly just wait it out. No, they weren't going to pay me unless I had COVID. And I get it, but I don't know, like, I don't even know how that was going to be feasible, me going to work while my family are at home sick. They didn't have anyone to watch after them, to clean up after them, to prepare things for them. Like, yeah, no. Or to even go grocery shopping. Like, coming home to take care of my family while also going to work, let alone having a little brother who needed to be transported back and forth to daycare. I just couldn't see it. Like, after just honestly reminiscing on that and kind of explaining my situation, I still don't understand why I did not qualify for COVID paid leave. But at the end of the day, yeah, those were the circumstances at that time, and I was like, you know what? This is not worth it. This is not worth it at all. And the amazing thing in that moment is that I actually had savings. I had about maybe $1,500 in savings. Hello?
Y'all still eating?
No, I'm filming right now. Okay, guys, so I kind of got the idea, like, while, ooh, hold hold on, wait a minute. Too up close and personal. While I'm just kind of chit-chatting with you guys, I'm gonna do my toes. I was definitely supposed to do my toes while I was at home. Like when I did these, I was supposed to do my toes. I didn't get time. We missed our flight. We missed the first flight and we had to get on a second flight. And thank God that there was literally a second flight after the first flight, because just imagine, you get to the airport, someone is in front of you, they are taking their pleasant little time on the check-in machine. So you get to the check-in machine, you're trying to hook up your QR code to the I can't think of the word, but I'm trying to get the QR code to, you feel me, pop up on the screen. It's not popping up. Nothing that I did. Like, I'm steady trying to shift this phone, move it in different ways so that it can scan properly. When I tell y'all nothing happened, nothing happened. So I moved to the desk. It is like 2 people in front of me. Actually 3. The 2 groups of people, they move pretty fast. The third lady, she just want to chit-chat it up. So I'm just standing there like, yeah, can you hurry her up? Because I gotta go. Get to the front desk. I'm asking about the flight. I should have known at that point, but she's like, are you going to Chicago or Dallas? I'm like, Chicago. She's like, so yeah, it's way too late to check in for that. They're not even accepting luggage and they're already on the plane. They're about to take off. Not only did my body language give defeated in that moment. I'm going to say defeated in that moment because, again, words hold power. So you got to watch what you say. But in that moment, I did feel defeated. In that moment, my head was low. In that moment, my mouth just dropped. I'm like, I real life just missed this flight. All because I was trying to look cute. Like, I don't have no one to look cute for. Wherever I go, I have to look cute. Like, point blank period. And for the most part, I do my own maintenance. So hair, nails, toes, I do my own maintenance. Like literally my own maintenance. Only thing I don't do is eyebrows. There are some occasions where I will go to a nail tech. There's only one nail tech that I'm fond of at this moment, and that is my best friend's mom, because she does really good nails. But it's kind of like a random in the moment, spur of the moment kind of thing. Like if I am pressed for time or I initially just don't feel like doing nails, I will go to her. But if I have the time and I have the resources, 9 times out of 10 I'll do it because I don't mind doing it myself. It does take me a nice time to do nails, like a nice portion of time to do nails. So I do have to schedule aside times within the day of start and finish, just so I can get done at a decent time. But yeah, all because I wanted to look cute. I missed this flight. I was so upset with myself. Like, I know my voice was shaky when I had sent the voicemail to my director, because whether I'm mad or I'm sad, my voice just gets shaky. Like, it doesn't matter what I do. If I'm upset or I'm sad or on the verge about to cry, my voice is just shaky. So in that moment, like I said, I just felt defeated, and yeah. I was just like, oh my goodness. So I asked her, well, actually, she spoke before I could even form any kind of words. She was like, I'll just switch you to another flight. And I'm like, so do I have to pay for that, or is that free of charge? And she was like, it's free of charge. Now, there still were a little bit of like jitters, because I'm not gonna lie, like I was worried about, would my director be upset with me, or would she just have anything to say? Guys, she's awesome. So that past me didn't have to worry about future me. But past me is such an overthinker and literally worries about each and every single detail. I'm trying to shift away from perfectionism, but it takes a minute to overcome mental barriers. So yeah, even though she told me the flight was free of charge and you're good, you're all set to go, your flight has changed, she bagged up my luggage, I was still nervous. So I guess on the second flight, well actually no, so on the first flight, I guess I did have kind of like a mini anxiety panic attack, like just a wave of nervousness just came over me, because I was on this flight alone. Not that that was necessarily a big deal, it's just I have been trying so hard this last week to be on time. Some days I've actually done a really great job. Like, I'm thinking about the most recent day. It was actually a productive vlog that I was supposed to post, but in the midst of it all, like, some footage got deleted. There was some footage that was blurry. Like, I really want to produce quality things. Like, there are like 2 videos on my YouTube channel now that I'm literally about to make private, because I'm gonna go in and edit them and take out the blacked out scenes. Like, y'all, I did not know. I'm thinking I'm posting these videos and they were done and edited to the best of my ability. No, there are literal scenes in the videos that are blacked out. So when I tell you that I'm going to do my best to make sure that I'm paying attention this time and double checking, that's my problem. I need to double check, and then after I double check, I need to do a triple check. Since I don't have a manager at the moment, I don't have a secondary editor or anything of that sort. I am the manager, I am the editor, I am everything for my channel as of right now, until our platform gets to a capacity that is just not able to be handled alone. But we are nowhere near that point. But Lord, I know you're listening. I pray that we get to that point one day. So yeah, what was I saying? I just forgot that fast. Our real life just forgot that fast. Ooh. Oh yeah, the flight. The Holy Spirit be coming in clutch. Like, y'all just be, what was I just saying? Or like, where did I just put my keys? You have no idea in the world. And then boom, the thought just pops up. Call it what you want to. I call it the Spirit of God, just because I'm that close with him. Anyway, yeah, the flight. So the first flight, like I said, mini anxiety panic attack. And as I'm closing my eyes, just praying, because I know that the flight is about to get ready to take off. Like, you know, not like when you're bagging out and you're riding down, making it to the takeoff lane. No, the plane was gearing up to actually go into the sky. So as I'm praying and just asking for protection and covering, this was not, you know, a calm prayer. This was a panic prayer. So I don't know, in that moment, my eyes are closed, I'm praying, but I'm panic praying. I kind of just felt like, so this is what it felt like. Imagine riding your bike for the first time and your parent is holding you up, and then they let you go, and then you're gliding and you think that they're still behind you, but they're not. You're just cruising, just riding smoothly. I'm praying, and I just feel this sudden ease, kind of like a sudden peace, like kind of being held in someone's arms. Like, you just kind of feel like the weight is lifted off your shoulder. Hello? Okay, where was I? Oh my goodness, I keep losing my train of thought. Where was I? Yes. I just felt like weight was lifted off my shoulders. I can't explain that, but you guys know what I'm getting to. If you're a believer, even if you're a non-believer, I just really felt like God was with me. And everything that I was worrying about, everything that I was panicking about, I didn't care about it anymore. Felt like I was like, this is such a bad thing to say, but when people do drugs, like hardcore drugs like crack or like cocaine, are those two the same thing? If they are, let me know in the comments. But it felt like I was on drugs and I was just like high on life. But real life, I was high on God, and in that moment was not worried about anything. My mind was clear. It was a blank white piece of paper. And from that point on, I don't remember falling asleep, but obviously I did, because when I woke back up, we only had a couple minutes left on the flight, and then soon after that, it arrived to Dallas. So yeah, yeah, this journey has not been easy whatsoever. So I'm also not sure if I even talked about like what happened after Walmart. So after I withdrew from school and then I quit Walmart, I was idle for a nice amount of months. And I was living off of my savings up into December, when those savings were depleting. Like I only had, so basically what I was doing, I was not purchasing anything other than my bills, so my car insurance and my credit card bill, which is like $30 minimum, and then gas and the Apple Music, like Apple charges. But I think like a couple months closer to December, I kind of had to stop with the Apple Music and just put it to pause because I couldn't afford it. I literally was living off of my savings, and those were depleting. They were depleting. So come December, I didn't say anything to anyone. I lived in my parents' home, but my big thing is I lived with them, and I didn't want to leech off of them. Now my parents, that's not what would have even came to mind. I don't think so. My parents are not in that way, because if that was the case, then they would have been like, okay, you're 18 now, you gotta get out of here. They weren't like that. But yeah, I did not want to be considered a leech, so I just didn't say anything to anybody. And I also know that everyone has their own personal financial burdens, so I'm like, okay, I'm not bringing this up. Like, it was a whole lot of pride, because now that I think about it, I could have asked my parents for help, but that's where Christmas came in. My parents gave me money for Christmas, so that was a blessing in itself, and I was able to cover my bills for a little bit longer. The money was able to hold me over for a nice amount of time until it didn't, and then I was out of for a little bit longer after December, so coming to the new year. No, my camera's overheating. I'm gonna record it on my phone. Give me 1 second. Anyways, what I was saying is, I was idle after December, going into the new month until March. So around March, one of my old program mentors hit me up and was like, hey, I have this job opening for you and such and such, for you and such and such, which is my current best friend. Would you be interested? And at the time, I had put in job applications. Even around December, like, I was putting in job applications, but I was hearing nothing, literally static. So I'm like, why not? At the time, I was completing insurance, my life insurance certification, but I'm not gonna lie, like, I was completing it. I took the course and I was at the end of it, so I was at the exam part, like schedule the exam, take the exam, get your license, and then the company that I was about to sign on with, pretty good company. What was it? Yeah, you just had to get your certification first, and they kept like calling, making sure to stay updated with me, trying to see like when was the nearest date that I would get it figured out. And I'm not gonna lie, like, I was stalling. It just was not my passion. Honestly, all I looked at it was, okay, this is a nice amount of money for me to do what I need to do, maybe get a car note or something, or move out possibly. Like, my mind was just in the wrong place, and my motive was in the wrong place, and there was no passion for this job whatsoever. I just looked at the financial gain and the financial opportunities and the doors that it would open in that manner. But there was no passion. There was no love for insurance. There was no like about it. The only thing that I think was cool is that, and if I were to still pursue a life insurance and maybe even a health license, I feel like the benefit of it is when I'm picking insurance policies, I would know what they're talking about when it comes to the terms. Even the terminology now, like, when I was looking over I was helping my mom and dad, well, not necessarily helping, but I was ear hustling, and they were talking about their life insurance policy, and I don't know if my dad didn't know that I knew what I was talking about. Mom knew, because I keep her in the loop about any and everything that I do. Like, I was really ecstatic to get the job. Like I said, there was no passion, but I just thought about the financial gain, and that is what excited me. It shouldn't have been a motive. Money should never be the motive. But at the time, that's not where I was mentally. So yeah, I was telling mom about the job, and she was in the loop. She knew. I don't think dad knew. So I was trying to explain that the insurance policy that they had, it didn't have any interest earned equity like a whole life insurance policy would have. They had a term life policy. So you pay and you pay and you pay up until you don't, and that's just that. There is no earned interest. But with the whole life policy, as you make payments, it's kind of like a high yield savings account. Interest gets poured into that account. So while you are building your insurance portfolio, you are also building funds that you could take out. You could literally take out a loan from yourself essentially. And I wouldn't even say a loan. Like, if you take out a nice amount and it doesn't take away from your payments or like a higher amount than what you have in the account, it's free money. It's your money. I mean, you still paid in a sense, but it's your money. So depending on the amount, it wouldn't even be considered a loan. But I mean, if you're a reasonable person, then you'll pay yourself back, because you never know what you may need with that money in the future. But yeah, the terminology that I gained from that experience was what was cool about it. And like I said, if I was to ever take interest in it again, that would be the only aspect or the only positive for me. Because like I said, there is no passion in insurance whatsoever. Even now, there's no passion. Like, I thought about it possibly after the 2 years that I'm done here with the Vista position, because I'll still be in college. I still want to financially support myself. But based off the strength of let me just tell y'all how God moved in all of this. The position that I was at, like, it was so random that my old mentor called me. Like, I don't know, but the way that he's had his hand on the last few months of my life, maybe even a year and a half, it's just been amazing. It's been a ride. It's been a journey. But yeah, she called me, and I ended up taking the position, all while still attempting to attain my life insurance certification. Initially, I did end up stopping because, like I said, there was no passion for it. And once I realized that this is really not for me and I don't really care for it, I just honestly put a stop to it. I still have the booklet. I know the website where I could get licensed or just schedule the exam, but I don't care to. So anyway, yeah, so I worked as a program assistant. That was a position. We were program assistants for a youth program that is conducted at a non-profit charter it's a charter school and something else. Sorry guys. Okay, it's like it's two different things, but at this moment I'm just gonna say charter school because that's all that I can remember in this moment. So yeah, working as a program assistant for a nonprofit school, it was pretty awesome. Like, just being in a different environment, it was very different. I went from fast food to online delivery / retail / grocery. I worked in OGP, so online grocery department for Walmart, which is just like when you guys order deliveries online through Walmart.com. I was the person who initially goes to receive those items that you wanted, and then I unpack them into your trunk. That was my job description. And then with Potbelly, that's a sandwich shop. I honestly had a lot of different roles, but the title was associate. I was the cleaner. I wiped tables off, cleaned bathrooms, cleaned up the sandwich stations, And then I worked cashier, I worked the sandwich area, I did prep. So prep was essentially just preparing the stations, so making sure that there was enough feta, making sure that there was enough of the meat proportions, and making sure that they were the right amounts, because you know you have full sandwiches and then you have half sandwiches. So yeah, just prep. And then the back station, which was doing dishes, mopping back there, sweeping, all that good stuff. Yeah, it was a lot of different roles put into one position, which is kind of chaotic. But like I said, those 2 jobs honestly trained me on how to deal with fast-paced work environments. Yeah. So yeah, where was I? My face is so hot right now. It's really weird. Or maybe it's not weird. Maybe it's normal. I don't know. But my goodness, what was I saying? Y'all, get used to me doing this. I lose my train of thought on a daily basis. Like, I haven't been diagnosed, but well, I know when I was little, but things change. But ADHD in kindergarten, had the whole 9. The teachers pulling you out of class just to do little conferences and meetings with you. But that eventually stopped because I felt like the case manager that I had at the time, she was like, you know what? She may have this learning disability, but she got this. She's smart. Like, she's able. She's capable. At the time, I was mad at her because I was like, no, like, I really like having you around. Like, please stay. And I like missing class. But I actually thank her for that. Like, I really thank her for that. The word just came to me. IEP. That's what I meant to say. I had an IEP. But yeah, they eventually took me off of it once they realized that I didn't really need it. But anyway, ADD. There's ADHD. There's ADD. I think I got that, because when I tell you, I cannot, like, even today was a struggle for me. Sitting there and trying to maintain consistent eye contact, consistent body language to show that I'm listening. Because I'm getting to a point where I can do 2 things at a time. I could be listening, but I could be doing this, I could be doing that. Like, it doesn't really matter to me. But just know I'm listening. I'm not tuning you out completely. But it was really, really hard for me. And I say this all the time to my best friend. Like, my attention span is very, very short. I can't sit in any type of setting, like Zoom meetings or like a conference or just any type of meetings for a long amount of time. I can't. So if you have something important that you need to say, baby, say it within the span of 2 to 30 minutes. Because after that, look, my attention is going to be in and out. I'm going to be paying attention to you, and then in the midst of me trying not to lose track of what you're saying or get lost in the sauce, I'm going to be, what's on my to-do list? Or do I need to add anything to my grocery list? Like, I have to do that. I have to redirect so that I can turn my attention back to you. I don't know. I just have a really, really short attention span, and that's just how I'm learning to combat it. Like, I hope that I wasn't being disrespectful, because I was really trying to pay attention. I just have to take short breaks. Like, I'm sorry, I just can't sit for long periods amount of time. And then I can't sit still. Like, if I'm not fidgeting with my hands, I'm biting my lip, and I hate it because my lip suffers. Like, my camera's overheating. Before it shuts off, I have scars on my lip. I think maybe you guys can see it, maybe you can't, but it's a little dark mark right there just from me biting my lip, and I hate it. But I can't sit still. If I'm not biting my lip, if I'm not fidgeting with my hands, I'm shaking my leg like I'm just fidgeting in some kind of way, because I literally I can't sit still. Like, I feel like a freaking crackhead sometimes. But I'll be back when this camera cools down. So the thing that I didn't want to happen happened. I was recording on my phone, and it said low storage. Anyway, we're gonna try to make this as quick as possible. Yeah, I did not expect to be here, and me from many months ago was just the mindset that she had. It was not as focused, nor I don't know. It just wasn't what it needed to be. So each and every experience that God took me through, I really appreciate it. It was needed. Each and every experience, each and every financial trouble, each and every relationship obstacle, whether that was disagreeing with my parents or separating myself from a friend or whatever it may have been. Like, I appreciate each and every high and low, but the lows especially. Guys, you don't understand that each and every trial that you go through, or actually some of you may understand. I feel like we try to deem the world as incompetent, naive, and all this and that, but everyone is just as woke or understanding and aware as we are. Now, the level of awareness may be different, but everyone is pretty aware. So yeah, I'm not going to address you guys if you don't know what I'm talking about or you don't know how I feel. I'm pretty sure you do. I just want this video to be some sort of motivation, some sort of inspiration, and I want you to understand that, again, you're gonna see some awesome things on this channel. I'm doing a lot of travel vlogs this year, because when I tell you that I'm traveling my butt off this year, and the year after that, and the year after that, that's just what we're doing. But I want you to understand that there were obstacles that I had to go through to get here. The beautiful life that I envisioned for myself, I will live out one day. But I know that God is going to take me through many, many different things so that I can have the mindset to sustain that life and maintain that life. It has to happen. I can't go into the dream life that I have with this mindset. Even parts of me still have to be purged so that I can be able to maintain each and every blessing that God gives me. It is very essential. It is very, very important. And that's all that I wanted to preach today to you guys. But other than that, guys, if you tapped in and you stayed for the entire video, thank you so much. Thank you so much. You really like me, don't you? Because I ramble a lot. I talk a lot. I didn't used to think that. I always used to think I was the quiet girl. But I don't know. Just in different environments, I'm quiet. But in other environments, you literally cannot get me to stop talking. Especially if it's about a topic that I am very passionate about. But yeah. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. Please subscribe. Turn on the bell notifications. So when you press the bell, it'll be personalized, and then it'll also say all. If you are interested in knowing when I drop a video, click all. I'm not sure what personalized is. I can't remember. I think personalized is, I guess, like certain videos it'll drop or whatever. I'm not sure how they filter that out. But if you are interested in me, you want to get to see more of me and get to know more of me, click the bell, and then you're going to click all, and you will get each and every notification each and every time I upload a video. Thank you so much for watching. Please stay tuned for the next vlog that I post. And yeah, guys, I will see you next video. Bye.